History in the Middle East as Israel enters its first free trade agreement with an Arab nation. The signing is another positive result of the Abraham Accords. And as CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl reports, trade between Israel and the Gulf states is already reaping the benefits.
Described as comprehensive and groundbreaking, Israel and the United Arab Emirates signed the historic free trade zone deal in Dubai.
I'm certain that this is not only about developing opportunities in the business community and initiatives in developing new technology in Israel, but also in the Emirates. It will be an inspiration to the countries that are watching about the things that are possible.
UAE Industry and Advanced Technology Minister Dr. Sultan bin Ahmed Al Jaber sees the agreement creating a new paradigm for the region. This agreement will accelerate economic growth and strengthen the common belief that the only way to build durable and sustainable economies in the complex world is together. Our agreement can prove to countries and governments around the world that cooperation and dialogue are the best way to transform challenges into opportunities. Negotiated over about 6 months, the two countries are expected to increase bilateral trades in goods and services.
I don't think ever in history a free trade agreement was negotiated as quickly and as efficiently as this one was. Usually free trade agreements are reserved for a country's best friends, and they usually take years to process.
John Medved, CEO of Our Crowd, an online global investing platform, says he saw a positive impact before the agreement was even signed.
Last quarter, there was $1 billion of trade in the quarter. Since the accords have been signed, it was $2.5 billion in mutual trade.
Signed in September 2020, the Abraham Accords initially involved Israel, the UAE, and Bahrain. Morocco and Sudan joined later. Medved sees an unstoppable momentum ahead.
For the UAE to help Israeli companies scale up and reach new markets in Southeast Asia, for Israel to provide key technology components to UAE companies in a variety of disciplines. It's really almost unlimited.
Dr. Sabah Al-Binali, executive chairman of Our Crowd Arabia, says the deal will take the two markets beyond imports and exports.
The next steps we'll see operating joint ventures, just contractual ventures between Emirati and Israeli businesses to figure out how to work with each other.
Al-Binali says the idea is to expand, not replace current trade partners.
Once we see companies that have shareholders and executives that are both Israeli and Emirati working together to look at both business models, geographies, and so on.
Amid the progress, one of the prevailing questions is whether Saudi Arabia will come on board.
The Saudis are very, very much a tech-embracing society. They have been very active investors in venture capital globally. They are some of the smartest investors in the world. But more than just being investors, they want job creation in terms of technology jobs.
In the meantime, the Abraham Accord countries are moving ahead at an historic pace for the region. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Alpha.